guys, I'm Sarah and we're getting a bit festive here today. I've had a couple of requests for a Christmas cake recipe. Christmas cakes, they're not cheap to make. You can get them at the moment. My local Pack and Save is selling 1 kg Christmas cakes for $17, and I've been looking at different recipes. You're only going to save a couple of dollars by making it yourself, maybe, and that doesn't count icing. But here's a recipe that I've seen doing the rounds over the last few years, and that's a 3-ingredient Christmas cake. It just looks really super easy. Now the big expense for this is the dried fruit. $14.49 at my local Fresh Choice. At my local Pack and Save. We actually just went down to Fresh Choice and picked up a 1 kg pack for $13.90, which is a little bit cheaper again. So, that's the main expense in that, is the dried fruit. You could just use raisins or sultanas if you wanted to. I like to have the glazed cherries in there, but it's all a personal preference. But 3-ingredient Christmas cake, there are a lot of options with this, so I'm actually going to make 2 different versions. So what you want to make one is, you start off with 1 kilo of dried fruit mix, or whatever mixture of dried fruit you're going to put in there. I'm dividing mine into 2, so I'm putting 500 grams of dried fruit mix into each. Then you want to add 600 mils of liquid. Now this is where it gets variable. A lot of people say cold tea, or like the iced coffee you can buy from the supermarket, or just, I don't see why you can't brew coffee yourself, sweetened coffee, let it cool down, use that. I have heard of using juice, alcohol mixed in with it, beer, ginger ale, I don't know about wine. I've heard of a lot of, you can use just about anything in there. And the 2 that stuck out for me was ginger ale and orange juice. I thought they would be 2 really good flavours. I was initially going to do 1 cake and combine them both together, but you know what? It was on Clint's suggestion I just do 2 smaller cakes, so I'm actually just going to make each one in a loaf tin, so it's like a half cake. So I'm going to do one with 300 mils of orange juice and one with 300 mils of ginger ale. I just bought the cheap ginger ale, it's not the good old Bundaberg or anything like that. So you want to put your fruit and your liquid into a bowl and let that soak overnight. So that should completely absorb all those flavours, and we will see you in the morning. Okay, so next day I'm back. These 2 have congealed up, soaked up the liquid. Probably the ginger ale one has soaked up a bit better than the orange juice one. But anyway, so the next step I need to do is simply to add self-raising flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, just add about 1.5 teaspoons, I think it is, of baking powder to 1 cup of plain flour. Just need to add 3 cups to the total mixture. So I'm just going to add 1.5 cups into each of these. And then you have options. I have seen people actually put these in muffin trays and just make like little individual Christmas puddings for gifting to people. You do it that way, it ends up as a really nice cheap little gift. It'd come to about $1.30 per little muffin. Of course, I'm just doing this as 2 individual smallish sized cakes. So we want to preheat the oven to 160 degrees, so not too hot, on fan forced. If you're doing a full size tin, about a 23 centimetre tin. I'm just going to put them in loaf tins, since I am doing smaller versions. They'll need to cook for about an hour. Normally you do like the skewer test. In this case it doesn't matter if there's still sort of a few little crumbs on the skewer when it comes out, but as long as it just feels nice and firm after an hour, then yeah, fingers crossed, we'll see how this goes. Alright, I am back. I have pulled these 2 beauties out of the oven. Excuse, there's a bit of chaos going on here. I'm I'm actually making birthday cake at the same time. I'm making a meringue gatto cake. As of today, I officially have 2 teenagers in the house. How frightening is that? Absolutely terrifying, I tell you. Don't know how that happened. So anyway, that's going on here. But these two are looking gorgeous. They're actually both smelling very similar. Because the ginger ale version, I did have in a slightly thinner, deeper pan, so that I actually cooked that for a few minutes longer. This one was in sort of a bit of a smaller one, so the fact that one's a bit taller than the other, that's just due to, you know, the containers I had them in, just slightly different. But the proof will be in the tasting. Ooh, look at that. That's the orange version. And the ginger ale version. Bit of little bit of, no, there's not much difference colour wise really. I'm going to go with the ginger ale one first. I mean, I can really just smell the raisins and things. You don't sort of get a gingery smell or anything like that in there. That's really nice. I mean, it's just that traditional mixed fruit. That's what you can taste. I don't think, but that was just cheap ginger ale I used. It wasn't like powerful stuff. But that's really yummy. I do like that. It's good texture. That's gonna get scoffed, I can guarantee you. That is really nice. That is a really nice, good, simple Christmas cake recipe. Right, one with orange juice in it instead. Now I can actually smell the orange in that. It's not super duper powerful, but it's, you know, it just makes a difference from the other one. And colour wise, I don't know, I keep thinking it's slightly darker. I think just because the crust on it is slightly darker, the inside is actually very similar. You can absolutely taste the orange juice. It's nice though. I think if you're one of these people who likes the candied peel, you know how you get like the orangey, citrusy candied peel that people often do put in Christmas cakes. If you like that kind of thing, then definitely, again, texture, spot on, awesome. The orange flavour in there is actually really nice, but somehow for me, it's not quite Christmas cake flavour, if that makes sense. I'd be interested to hear if any of you try it with, as I say, with like iced tea or iced coffee or something like that. Or, I mean, I've heard of people using like Bailey's Irish cream in them. Oh boy, I bet that would be yummy. You know, a bit of something like Canterbury cream and a bit of ginger ale sort of mixed together maybe. It sounds like an odd combo, but I think, you know, yeah, no, I think something like that. And of course, if you want to add a bit of boozy stuff, you can always tip something over the top while it's still warm and just let it seep in. There's a lot of different options. Of course, you could add slivered almonds to this and all that sort of thing. So there we go. That's a good experiment.
That's good.
Good.
You can.
I reckon you could easily.
There's like, it's not the raisins or the dried fruit or anything, but
Nice.
in this bit it's like
Ginger ale.
That's
Yeah.
probably, you can definitely taste that.
Can you? I couldn't really taste it.
I can.
I actually reckon
Yeah.
the ginger ale one with like a teaspoon of mixed spice added to it would actually be
It just has this
So-
tang that tastes kind of
Yeah.
fizzy-ish.
fizzy-ish.
I don't know how to explain it. It's-
Yeah, it definitely stands out for me.
So what do we think of the other one?
That one's orange juice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't taste as much because
Okay.
the fruit takes over the orange juice. Maybe that is a bit overpowering in that You put like
See.
No,
more
it
in
tastes
that
the
one.
orange juice. I taste
Yeah.
orange juice more than that one.
I thought it was actually the other way around. I actually like the orange juice one,
I
but
taste
for
it in
me,
that one, but I can't taste it in that one.
yeah.
I
Okay,
can taste it
Eston's
in
the
both.
opposite to me.
I taste it more prominently in this one.
Yeah. For me, I prefer the ginger ale because it's more like traditional fruit cake type flavour, like traditional Christmas cake.
What was the other thing in
It's
this?
just orange juice,
I feel
fruit,
orange
and
juice.
flour.
Just can't taste the orange juice in that.
Okay. Yeah. Weird.
But
Interesting.
not in
Different taste buds. So there we go. Are they both yummy though?
Yep.
I mean, you're not going to turn either of them down.
Oh no, I'll eat both of them.
Very good. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. We will catch you next week, and absolutely leave me a comment. Let me know if you experiment with this recipe, because I'd love to hear about other options and how they come out. So yeah, have fun out there. Bye.